Welcome back. We got Chris back on the show. He got to finish his stories because he claims he was being cut off too much. So we had to bring him back again. Anyway, this is the Lord 48ers. It's Darrick, that's DJ. Chris just walked away.
Yep. I'm tuning in from the lovely, what is it, Minneapolis? I don't even know. What's the nickname for Minneapolis? The Big Apple?
Twin City.
The Twin City.
The Big Apple.
Oh, I know. Minneapolis, you know? That sounds
Mini no place.
There you go. Yeah.
Tell us what you're doing out there, man.
So as part of my job, I am here for a Title VI technical conference for aging Americans, the Office of American Indians, Alaskan Natives, and Native Hawaiians. And yeah, that's the short story, but it's a lot of training for, just Medicaid, PCAs, outer justice in tribal lands, some other good stuff, grant trainings and stuff like that. But it's been cool meeting people from all over the Indian country. That's what they call it. They call it a family reunion. And, it's just been really good to be here and to meet so many different people who are so well versed in the knowledge that I'm not. So, yeah.
Good. Y'all out there learning stuff indigenously.
I got a nice
Sounds
new hoodie.
tight.
I got a nice new hoodie from the casino that is native owned down the road. I did lose money, but that's expected.
How
I was
much?
up. So
You gotta play craps, man.
No, so what happened was I every time I go to the casino, I know I'm going to lose money because that's like what casinos are. And so I limited myself to $140.
Not the mindset you want.
I sat down at the blackjack table and I sat next to this Samoan guy who was drunk. And
Blame the Samoan.
Look. He was helping me win for a while. I got up to like 300, and then
Should have walked away right there.
I felt something
What were
inside
you
of me
playing?
say blackjack. That's all I play is blackjack. And I felt something inside of me said walk away, but the Samoan guy's like, no, you can't leave. I'm like, oh.
The Samoan guy was inside of you.
No. He grabbed me. He grabbed me by the neck. Said, "You can't leave. You're my good luck
Damn.
charm." Because he was getting he was hitting he was hot, and so I'm like, okay, well,
He was hitting. She was hot.
I'm like, if he's gonna be hot, I might be hot too. So I'm just gonna sit here and stay. But no,
I feel
that's
that.
not
Yeah,
what happened.
Well, when somebody hot, you do want to ride the wave. So I know what you mean.
Yeah, and he was he was hitting for a while, and I was getting lucky, and then there was like a misunderstanding between the dealer and him, and so the dealer went and checked the cameras, and I just look at my hand or look at my pot and only have $70 left, and I'm like, yep, I should leave. So I walk away with $70 and then go get
Started
some
with
food.
how much?
I started with 140, and then I went and
So
got
you made
some food.
106. You were up 160, and then you lost it all.
Pretty much, yeah. And I went and got some food, and then I went back to a different table and just like bet all at once because I'm like, whatever. And I hit, and then I'm like, oh, nice. I just got a blackjack on the first hand. And so then I'm like, all right, let me sit here for another minute. Nope, I lost. So,
How
but
much
it was
did you
fun.
win on that one hand, the blackjack hand? I don't play blackjack. I think it's
It's 3-2. So
Did they have craps there?
they did, but they weren't. It wasn't open. It was
Man,
a weird.
Craps the best game, bro.
I mean, it was a Monday, so I'm sure that nothing. They were barely any blackjack tables open. So
I've never spent money at a casino. I've been to a casino, but I've never.
I'm a degenerate.
It's the best feeling
I'm a
when you take
degenerate,
money
man.
from the casino, whether it's on the sports book, blackjack, or craps. Like, I don't like blackjack. I win like one hand and I walk away. But I'll play craps all day. And I remember the luckiest day ever was like on my birthday. Me and my boy went to Green Valley Ranch Casino in Vegas, and I was like losing, and I think I might have had like $50 left, and I put all that shit in the field, and then it hit. So, and I think the person rolled a 12, so my money like tripled. So I'm like, hell yeah. And then I did it again. Like, all right, if I lose it all, I'm just gonna walk away. I hit again, and I just took my money and walked out. So I left up.
I'm a
Wow.
degenerate when it comes to gambling, man.
Yeah.
I gamble on anything and everything I can get the chance to, especially in casinos. Like, right? Did you see my Snapchat story today? I'm betting on the Iditarod for fantasy mushing right now. So, and I just got into some March Madness brackets. So
Don't take
Yeah.
his ass to tutor bingo. He'll be in there all day long. You over there on rat race, goddamn.
I've only played bingo once. But the funny thing is, one of the dementia things that they have for trainings here is called dementia bingo, and they like teach you how to play bingo with the elders for so they don't get dementia. Like to
I do
It's
that shit
it's a
once
brain
a week.
game.
I just did that shit
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, it's funny. So
Hey,
it's like,
that's you know what? I like that. I'm gonna start putting that in my outcomes. Hey, this is helping them not have dementia.
oh yeah,
Hey.
this would have been a really good training for you guys to come to.
You right. You right. And you know, I brought it up to my boss today, and I said, you kind of let me down because I want to go to Minneapolis, not to hang out with you, but to learn some shit, but really to hang out with you. We could have been in a casino, would have been
Yeah.
me, you, and the Samoan guy.
Yeah, we
You
had
see
an
what I'm
Indian.
saying?
We had an Indian dude there, but he wasn't talking. But he left. But
Y'all
You
wouldn't
know-
be able to like walk into an elevator together.
you know what, man? There's been some
Got a
NFL
good
line.
point.
There's been some
Capacity.
NFL linemen here this week. Speaking of that, like just some big dudes. I'm like, you guys are huge for no
Made you
reason.
feel little?
Made me feel little.
Goddamn.
The Israelite I showed you, yeah, he's like big boy.
Like 6'6",
Hey.
like 280.
Nah, like 6'6", 380, maybe 480.
Yeah. It blows my mind when I see people that big, and I'm like, just because I grew up watching sports, when I see people that big, I'm like you remember that guy we played softball against one time that was like 6'5",
Yeah,
280,
it's
like
why aren't
left
you in the
tackle
NFL right
size,
now?
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like never played football before.
Just big for nothing.
Yeah, I sent you
he
that
said
text.
never played football before.
I sent you guys that text. I said, yeah, man, there's a bunch of NFL offensive linemen here. Too bad they all grew up on the res, so they didn't get any showings, for football.
Scouts don't
Yeah.
show up to the res.
Well, res ball.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me on my way here? Every time I fly, TSA always searches me. I don't know what it is,
I
but
mean, you look like
I
you
mean,
say free Palestine
I know what it is.
every day. You look like you Hamas. So let's keep it real.
No, it's because he looks like he's hiding shit.
This guy looks at me. He's like, "Do you want a private room?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, just get it over with." And he just starts like, I was literally wearing shorts and a hoodie, and he's like, "I need to pat you down." I'm like, "What am I hiding?" Like,
Man, I think it's something against big people because like every time I go through that thing, like right in my groin area, it always goes off. And I'm like, I'm not even tucking nothing there. I mean, my thighs is right there, but nothing else is there.
yeah,
And
That's what
every
I'm
single
saying.
time
You guys
it
look like
goes
you're
off.
hiding shit.
Tuck it in the fat rolls. I took that shit in, boy.
No offense. No offense.
it's been a cool trip, but I am excited to get back to Anchorage and continue to.
It snowed today. If you want to know what's going
Oh,
on.
I saw. Trust me, I saw
Barely.
that. But it was like 60 when I got off the plane here the other day, and it was nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm over here though, and lots of sun. It's been pretty good. It snowed a little bit today, but tomorrow's gonna get right back sunny. We was talking about Sean Kingston earlier, but I ain't going to that. Like I said, I ain't helping him pay his legal fees. Not my
What did he
problem.
do? What did he do?
He's gonna be in Anchorage on Friday.
No,
I think
but
he was scamming. I think him and his mom or some shit like that was scamming.
Oh,
And then I
yeah.
see him coming to Anchorage. I'm like, oh, he need a check.
does he even
Makes
still
sense.
sound like that?
It was always
I mean-
auto-tuned anyway.
He gonna sing 2 songs. It might be as good as Soldier Boy. Like I was like,
Wait, Sean Kingston.
You're way too beautiful,
Yeah.
girl.
I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he was like 20 when that song came out. Now he's like, you're so beautiful, girl. Does he still sound like that?
Bro, I don't know the last time he made a song. I mean, you know, I like if I
Yeah.
go, I'd rather see the opening acts than him.
Yeah. I don't know who they are, but
It's me.
they're normally better than.
Sure, the opening acts to me was better than Soulja Boy show when I went
Mhm.
there.
I mean, you're kind of dissing them though, but you
I
know.
mean, well, I didn't think they fit the vibe, but
Yeah.
I did see them perform. What night was that? Was it Kendrick Lamar night? And I felt like those opening acts were pretty good versus
Mm-hmm.
the Soulja Boy night. I think the dude was like more of a on the Wiz Khalifa vibe, and I'm like, if this was a Wiz concert, I would be like, yeah, that's right up the alley.
Yeah, and there's that one dude that was doing like pop punk, like
Yeah. That was, you know, but hey, but the guys who opened up at Kendrick show, I think that was fitting and that shit was lit. But nah, I ain't going for Sean Kingston.
Not the Kendrick show, but Kendrick night.
Kendrick night.
Kendrick Lamar
My
night.
fault.
Yeah,
My fault.
yeah,
Kendrick
yeah.
Lamar night. Kendrick is not coming. Yeah, where he at? He did come. You know, apparently he taught
He was at the
what
state
was it?
fair.
Well, he came to State Fair, but he taught a music class, like a writing class. I don't know if it was Barrow or Bethel. I think it was Bethel.
No way.
Yeah, he went to Bethel like 2010, something like that.
We might have to fact check that later.
Nah, pull it up.
No, I saw him at the
Let me
state
pull it up.
fair. I've seen him twice actually. I saw him in San Francisco too. Actually, when Kendrick came to Alaska,
Yeah, 2014.
Bethel. He went to
I
Bethel.
don't remember when he played at the state fair, but James Harden was in Alaska at the same time because he was coaching at like a basketball camp. But I didn't know that. And he was just sitting on one of the speakers in the back of the Kendrick show. My buddy and I, is that James Harden?
I met James Harden once when I was in
I got
Vegas.
James Harden's story for you in Vegas.
Yeah.
Said I was working security at Marquee. This had to be like around 2016, 2017. And during that time, I would always get like the artist section. And, you know, artists, they'll always bring their friends and celebrities. But I remember James Harden came through and he was ready to leave. So I had to escort him. It's like me and another guy. We had to escort him back to his hotel room, which was like connected to the club. So he had to go through this hallway. And so it was like, where I counted, it was like over 20 women, all BBLs, the thickest women you could find in the club. They all follow him. And he go, and then his homeboy was like, yeah, her, not her. And it was this ugly girl. And her own girl was like, she's like, girl, you gonna leave me? She's like, sorry, girl. But James Harden, bro, no, hey, I don't lie. James Harden went to the hotel room with like 20 of the thickest women. I was like, damn. This man a living legend. I mean, I've never seen nobody in all my years working in Vegas. I've never seen nobody do that.
I watched Rob Gronkowski steal a man's girlfriend in Vegas.
Dang, legend.
We were at like.
He's like, that guy was me.
No. It was funny. It was my.
But they always come back.
It was my 21st birthday, and we were there. We were there at like who was it? A Marshmello show. This is before Marshmello blew up. I don't know if you know who Marshmello is, Chris, but
I know who Marshmello is.
Okay, but
he don't ask me because he didn't want to look racist.
Yeah, I know you know who Marshmello is. This girl and her boyfriend were standing there dancing, and then Rob's brother comes up and said, "Hey, you want to come and party with us?" And she's like, "Yeah." She gives like all her stuff to her boyfriend, and then just leaves. And then he's just like, "What just happened?" Like I felt so bad for him. I'm like, man's is never gonna recover from this.
Can you imagine just getting gronked?
Bro, but that's the thing though, man.
Thought,
I ain't gonna lie. In Vegas, like the women be choosing up the most. Like that shit gave me PTSD in relationships for the longest because I would see women come bachelorette parties, or already be married, they ring and be choosing up to the dudes in the cabanas. Like this one lady, I remember she lost her wedding ring or engagement ring, whatever, because the cabanas had like a private hot tub in it. So you got just like the day club. So you got the regular pool, then they got their own little pool. So she came in the next day and she's like, I lost my ring. I can't go back without it. And we was trying to help her find it. Man, we couldn't find it. And I was like, man, I just know. I don't know
She
what
took it
lie she
off.
finna come. Yeah, she took that shit off. But on the flip side, this is what used to happen too with men. Married men come out there and it's always the older middle-aged white dudes. They be cheating the most. And they will take girls and they like, I don't even, bro, they be liking some, some ratchet looking shit. I ain't gonna hold you. They'll go back to their room with the girls and then they'll get robbed. They put all this stuff in the safe. But they couldn't call the police because they didn't want their wives to find out that they was getting robbed. So, because they got prostitutes at their room. So, but the women used to choose up
That's
the most.
bad business, though.
I mean, it's good business for them. You get robbed. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna call the
Making
police
money.
because you married.
Like, I'm leaving a Yelp review.
That's why you don't cheat, man. You know how many dudes used to come in and be like, man, I got robbed last night. They took $5,000 from me. I'm like, dang. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't come to Vegas, but yeah, the women, yeah, man, I had PTSD. It was cheating the most nice. You just watch it at security. They'll come to me be like, hey, can you introduce me to, whatever celebrity it is up there? And
Shit,
I always
you
look
got
at
$300.
the hand. Well, nah, that handshake, you had to.
Yeah.
Them dudes used to be in the club like, hey, man, I just want me a nice hot blonde chick. Oh,
I
I
got
got
one right
you.
here for you.
Nah, they had to give me that handshake first.
Yeah, get the
They hit your hand. They hit your
Pull it out.
hand. And you look at it real quick. You peek it. Like, oh, he gave me 100. Oh, bet whatever you need. Hold on, I'll be right back. I come back with like 3 girls. Hey, man. Hey, I got you. It was a
Man,
hustle, bro.
that job sounds way better than working with old ass people all the time.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Working in Vegas in the club was the best
No sense of
experience of my
humor.
life. It was no, they got a sense of humor. You just can't tell them
I mean,
you gotta build a rapport first.
yeah.
I
was
joke with
gonna
my
say,
old ladies and call them old,
when
and
I
they
was
like
there,
it.
I call them over and I'll be like, I don't want to be your age. Look at you.
I ain't that hard,
That's mean.
but I do joke with them about being old. They think it's funny, but for some reason, it was like, I didn't think that was funny. He kept making fun of us for being old. And I was like, dang, I feel that.
I made fun of myself more than I made fun of them.
You made fun
Look,
of
all
me
you have to
too.
do, I'm gonna tell you the trick. It's mostly women in there where you just kind of gotta flirt with them a little bit. They eat that shit up, You gotta be
I told them I was
charismatic.
single.
Yeah, they thought you were gay too.
I don't know about that part.
They thought we were gay.
Thought we were gay.
Well, who are you
Lord.
texting right now? Yeah. Keep your eyes on the pod, bro.
But yeah, living in Vegas, working in Vegas was, man, I couldn't do it as a married man. It's too many beautiful women that come through the club and they love security. Especially you got that suit on and you got full and it was a wild time. And bro, you could make anywhere. I mean, if you couldn't make $1,000 in a weekend, you weren't shit. It was easy to make 1,200. The best guy was making like 2,200. We only worked 3-4 days a week.
I feel like big dudes like you guys always have that to fall back on. Security.
I don't want to do security
Or
no
heart
more.
disease.
Speaking of security, bro, somebody at Willowwall got fired because they beat up a guy.
Hey, that's not me. That's
Oh no, I know you showdown, but I'm just saying, like, I always say this. I say, they can be mad, but I'm like, Anchorage has the worst security I ever been around. As a guy that worked security for many years, the shit that they do is horrible. If I worked back in security, I would have to be the head guy because I would change all that shit that they do. They got no customer service. They don't know how to use verbal judo. Like, we had no weapons, but we would de-escalate situations with our voice. Now, did we go hands on? Sometimes, yeah. but we literally knew how to talk people out of situations. I just use verbal judo to get people to leave. You know what I'm
Hoots is
saying?
the
Yeah.
worst.
De-escalation tactics, they're
Chilton
important.
Charlie's, fuck you.
Nah, bro.
Pardon me?
I'm gonna say Gaslight got the worst security.
Darrick's a valued VIP member
Yeah,
of
shit, I barked up the
Coots.
wrong tree.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I have my card. You know,
yeah. You know what? He might have some leverage now if you ever go there with us, if I ever go out again.
Yeah.
You know, be
I
like,
got
no.
kicked out there. I was there for 5 minutes, probably less. I don't know if it was mistaken identity or what, but
How
I
many
wasn't.
bald guys with beards are there in the bar?
Exactly.
A lot.
I don't know. I was just walking out of the bathroom and I decided to just kind of like walk around before I came back to y'all in the beer garden, and out of nowhere, this security guard just says, "You got to go. You have to go." And I'm like, "Why?" And she just said, "I don't have to tell you why." I was like, "Okay, well, I get that, but why?" You
See,
know?
that's that horrible security shit. That's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah. And then she just started yelling at me and like making me escalating me. Like, and the other security guard was nicer because I was confused. Like, and she said that I made a bartender. There's a bartender there that didn't feel comfortable with me being there. I was like, I don't know any bartender at Coots.
but that's still not a good enough reason. Like, you just can't. I'm not comfortable with this guy being here, so ask him to leave. It's like it's a lot of bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to the birdhouse, you can go over there where the food is at. It's like
Yeah.
it's a big place, but no, that's kind of trash. Like, my situation, now I was hot. I ain't gonna lie, but they was trying to kick my wife homegirl out, and so it was like real cold outside. So I was like, hey, you know, just let me call her an Uber real quick. And it was like, you gonna wait outside with her? I'm like, you know, I'm a Floridian. I hate the cold. I'm like, I ain't gonna wait out there. Just let me call. And then this fucking big ass dude grabbed me from behind, and then the other dude grabbed me, and he just started. He's like, you gotta go. I'm like, man, I ain't even know why this getting kicked out. It's her. I'm just trying to talk to this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even a situation of like me and him in a confrontation. I'm just like, hey, look, let me call her a lift. I don't want her waiting outside in the cold. And plus, like, me knowing about how women get assaulted here all the time and get kidnapped, I'm very like protective of the women
Hey,
that's around me. So I'm always trying to make sure that they good. And so when the dude did that, I was hot. Like, I was
Yeah.
ready to fight. I'm like, but see, you don't put your hands on people, especially someplace like here, because you don't know. I worked in places where people would come back and shoot a place up. Like, I worked security in Atlanta when I was in college, and them dudes was like, hey, you gotta wait because these dudes gonna come back and spin the block on his head and they'll beat some dude up. So I learned you gotta treat people with respect. So anytime I would kick people out, I would always just talk to them. Hey, let me step outside with you and talk to you real quick. Then I'll say, hey, look, I'll give them the rundown of why. Hey, look, you can come back tomorrow, but tonight we just gotta shut it down. These dudes just go straight hands on. And so, but coming from that experience, I don't like how they do shit here. And when I heard about that dude getting beat up, I'm like, see, that's terrible shit. Why are you? Your job is not to be escalating or fighting people. Your job is to keep people. Also, you can make people have fun. Like, you can just walk by somebody and be like, hey, turn up, you know, have a personality. They be walking around with the stink face on. Like, bro, you're not a bully. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, smile.
Think how many people have gone to jail and now have something on their record just because they were escalated for no reason by a security guard in Anchorage.
Mm.
You know, I feel like
Yeah,
more
no,
often than not, it's the security guard escalating the
yeah,
person that's
but
not even acting out of hand.
it does fall back on security, I would say, but it's also, you know, the alcohol-induced behavior. So, you know, that's a factor in it. So,
But yeah,
but you know that though. If you work security, and
right,
you
that's
know
what
you're
I'm
dealing
saying.
with drunk people.
That's why it falls
You
back
already
on the
know that.
security guard. Like, they
Right.
know that this person's probably drunk, but yet they're still escalating the situation when they should be de-escalating the situation.
yeah.
You gotta
And
treat
people
drunk
don't
people
act
like babies.
people don't act like alcohol isn't a mind altering substance when it is. That's why I don't like going downtown on the weekends because shit happens.
Well, it's like I feel like the security here have an ego because you know you got teams, and any security guard can be like that, right? You know you got other people with you, so I can be tough guy. But I never liked those type of guys that would be the tough guys. Like, shoot, me and my crew, most of us, we was the most chill, funny, joking around. We'll turn up with people, you know what I'm saying? But you build that rapport. So even if you got to kick somebody out, you build a rapport. They don't feel like you singling them out or being mean. You can actually be like, hey, look, man, you had too much to drink. I got to ask you to call it a night, all right? You could come back tomorrow, man. You know, hey, don't worry about it. You good, though, bro. Just, shit, you fucked up. Go to Pio next door, you know? But that security guard that put his hands on that guy is a piece of shit. I do not care. Like, for the reason he said, like, he had his hand on the bar, the dude was like, get your hand. You know how many people I see had their hand on that bar, me moving that shit and putting their coats on it?
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know, man. They got to lose the ego, man. I'm willing to train these guys. They could pay me to be a consultant. I can teach them some shit.
You're telling the wrong guy. Look,
They need to do some trauma-informed care.
I am an entity
classes.
of a different conglomerate of Willowa that does.
I like your conglomerate, though.
Yeah, I do contract work. I am a contractor.
Shit, they banned DJ for like 6 months.
It was like, yeah.
Still had him work there.
They let him work there.
But you can't come in on your time off.
I got blacklisted, bro. That was the craziest.
Those guys. I had to advocate for DJ to let him in one time.
I look at him all the time still.
Nope.
I'm like, man,
when something trespass.
When something crazy happens, I'm like, man, that's crazier than the time I got kicked out, huh?
Yeah.
They just laughed. They're like, yeah.
I mean, I remember that video came out where they like push somebody down the stairs. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, this is the whole video. I watched it. What the other security guard was doing. I was always going down the security guards. He was at Willowa. This was like maybe during the summertime. And
the ones that I see doing like the crazy shit are the young ones that are mostly military that just get jobs on the weekends.
Dude.
And they like the one that did push that person down the stairs. I remember who it is. He's still employed at Willowa, but
he shouldn't.
He's just young. He's not trained, and I'm fairly certain I know the one who like ended up sending that guy to the hospital. I don't know. They didn't release the name, but just like knowing their personalities, I think I know which security guard it was.
Well, it wasn't very cash money of him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man, that shit lame. They need to sue. I ain't gonna lie.
Lately, I've been like waiting for something like that to happen to me. Something's gonna fuck me up, but not, like, have to be a limp for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes I'll be crossing the street and a car will kind of almost hit me.
Well, don't do that because I don't have the money to make my house ADA accessible.
Well,
bro, get hit by a UPS truck or something.
Get hit by a freaking, what's the Elon Musk car? A Tesla or something.
Cybertruck? Yeah,
I get hit by a Cybertruck.
Now, speaking of Elon, bro, what do y'all think about, like, it's parts of this shit I agree with, and there's other parts I think is fucking stupid.
Which part? The Nazi salute part?
Well, no, I can't stand Elon. No, not with what he's doing. I don't agree with nothing he's doing. I'm saying, like, people like burning the Tesla stations, and like, I'm like, he didn't stop, but bro, like, why are you attacking the people who drive Tesla? Like, they Elon himself. Like, bro, people was buying Teslas before Elon was doing all this shit. I don't think it's fair to a person who drives a Tesla that they probably have to live in fear because people pissed off at Elon. They just don't buy any. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't invest in it. Do that shit. But don't be, that shit is, kind of crazy to me. That's the part I don't agree with. But I agree with protesting. I mean, this whole Doge shit is stupid to me because it's attacking the people at the bottom. And when they could be cutting the budget from the military, we buy a whole bunch of unnecessary shit. Tax the rich. They got all this fucking money, but they want to take shit away. And I don't like because it directly affects like the people that we serve, and it makes our jobs harder. And I don't care about it being harder, but to hear like I'm doing bingo today and just to hear my residents talk about this shit and like they barely have anything already. And then to be like, man, I'm worried my social security might get cut. You know, my Medicaid get cut. They go to the doctor all the time, you know. So these things are sitting on their mind and trying to bring them some kind of comfort. And this dude, I swear, I was like, man, I don't want to do bingo no more. And he said, Darrick, thank you. Bingo really takes my mind off of things. And I'm like, dang, it's shit like that that put things in perspective all the time. It's so humbling. But they don't know how they affecting people. They about to close the Social Security office down over here and move it to a smaller place because Elon and Trump say it's too big. It's big for nothing.
Man, you know what part of my job is? So I'm a grant administrator as well. So I have to like go through all of the grants that we have and make sure that they're in compliance. And during the training today, it's a new grant cycle for one of our grants for the fiscal year. And I had to, while I'm in a training, scroll through 172 pages to make sure that there was no words that were out of compliance, such as DEI or diversity, Alaskan Native, American Indian, gender, like all those DEI words that are triggers to a certain population in America that would make them upset because they're scary words. And, you know, I'm just like I can see, because of my critical thinking skills, I can see where they come from and say, like, we need to get rid of these words because we're all Americans and we're all human. Like, that's at least how I interpret it. But I also see, like, you know, you can't say you don't see color, you know, because that's inherently racist. So, you know, that's a double-edged sword. But
Well, I don't care how they feel about it because these things
I
had to be
don't
put in
care.
place for.
I don't care either. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but it's like,
stupid
because
that I have to do that.
right, because it's there for a reason. Like if they didn't make laws to hold people back, we wouldn't have to make laws to make them
Exactly. Yeah.
give people a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry if the white man want to be butthurt because the world is starting to realize that the world ain't white.
Yeah.
There's more colored people in this world than there is white people, and they don't like seeing a black man or a black woman or a disabled person or, you know, people of color on TV. You know, fuck, man, they get mad if they make a black Superman right now. Superman ain't black, he white. You know, it's like, but so what?
Say
We
what?
had to watch y'all
and
for years.
That's like
You know?
that's on the deeper level. And for me, it's like, you know, we're all human, and you know, we're all here to serve a mission.
Yeah, but they think we
But-
subhuman though. You know,
yeah. That's
the problem.
that's how they see it, and the way I interpret it is different. You know?
Well, you're a good guy, okay? You're an ally. We're not. I know it, and so I know you,
yeah.
right? But I'm just saying, like, it's just a damn shame that we can't have things for other people.
Yeah.
Like, make you know, I mean, first of all, y'all took the land away from them. Oh, damn. I don't know. That conversation can go real deep. I don't have a problem with white people. I just don't like certain white people, racist white people,
Yeah.
and butthurt white men that only feel empowered when Trump president. Because other than that, they don't say shit. And as soon as he become president, and they ain't just white people, it's anybody that like Trump. They feel so empowered. They want to talk. I'll slap the shit out of one of y'all. That's how I feel personally. And I don't care. Take me to jail. I will slap anybody that's racist, and I've done it before. I punched racist people in the face many times.
That is, I've seen it. No, I've never seen him punch any racist people.
No,
but
bro. When I was in high school, bro, I went to a racist high school. My first day of school, I got called nigger. So we was fighting. We got jumped by 20 rednecks, bro.
We're gonna have to censor that. That's a bit.
I'm black. I can say it.
Whoa, God.
Bro, I got jumped. Me and my homeboy. It was 5 of us. We got jumped by 20 rednecks. They set us up.
It was funny. One of my friends texted me the other day. She was like, when you said that you are, that Darrick's wife says that you're black, for the longest time, my husband whenever I talked about you, thought that you were black until we actually met you. And I'm like, yeah, that checks out because, you know, I grew up with all different shades and creeds of people. So,
Yeah.
you know, like a lot of my best friends growing up were black. And, you know, I played football for years. And, you know, my mom is really heavily involved with the black community. So is my dad for other reasons. But, you know,
Yo, shout out to Mom Dukes. I feel like I say that every episode. Shout out to Mom Dukes.
yeah, my Dukes she's probably going to be a little upset that it's not out at midnight because it's Wednesday right now. So I'm going to have to work hard tomorrow night on the plane to get this ready. But, you know, it is.
Don't
Yeah,
fucking
we gotta do it for Mom.
chop it up like last week.
Well, if you
Well,
don't,
last week was a little wild. We had to.
because you kept yelling.
Hey, but Chris, what was it? Like, so when I came to Alaska, I felt like there was no racism. No, that's a green ass statement. Because it's racism everywhere.
Everywhere.
But I feel like for the most part, you don't have the same feeling growing up in the South. Like a white person looking at you funny because you black. You know, I feel like, you know, whatever here. But what was it like growing up here? Was it a lot of racial tensions or anything like that?
Rex is saying hi.
Lay down. So I grew up in Turnagain area, which
Yeah, we
is
know. We got the gist last week.
a predominantly white neighborhood. I
They're
wasn't
actually-
really around a ton of people of color until I went to junior high, when I went to Romig, and then I went to West, which are two of the most diverse schools in the Northwest, maybe the country. Fact check that, DJ.
It's
And-
east and west. West is number 1. East is number 2.
Yeah. Rex, shut the but I never, so the thing that I am most conscious of is how little I thought about our Native Alaskan population.
And that's crazy to me because, like,
Right.
most of the people I know in Alaska are Alaskan Native. And it's because of, like, the workforce that I came into. Like, I hit the ground running in social services, and most people in social services are Alaskan Native, unfortunately. But, you know, that's the population that is the most underserved in Alaska. So, but at the same time, you know, I've met some really great people all from all corners of Alaska. And, you know, it's for me to see people who were born and raised in Alaska and didn't know any Alaskan natives when growing up. That's just like, it mind boggles me in a sense. And I'm not saying it's like, I'm not saying that you're a bad person for not knowing any Alaskan natives when you were younger, but like, you know, I didn't know very many, like non-Jews growing up, you know, because I went to like predominantly Jewish schools for like the first 6-7 years of my life. So, you know, but
That is interesting though.
yeah,
So there wasn't none at West High School?
just not old people.
Well, you want to know the downside of hanging out with old people all the time is like, when they die, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you become friends with these people, you know, like I had a resident die, man, and right after they left one of my events, and that shit still hurts me to this day.
Yeah.
And I think about like, you know, my residents at Eagle River, and I'm like, man, a lot of them be sick and going to the, and I'm like, man, if I lose this person, I'll be hurt. It's like, and I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, will I ever get used to it? Would it ever be something I'm just like, well, I just had a resident die like over the weekend. I found out yesterday. It was like, oh, so-and-so
So,
died. I'm like, fuck.
not to get too far off topic here, Chris, but
Bruh,
it's
no,
for
edit that out, bro. This guy,
for
we
me.
can't have that.
So, like, so my grandfather died in September, right? And
Yeah.
I was able to be there for pretty much his last breaths. And on my travels there, I accepted the fact that he was dying. And
Oh.
I think, at least for me, you have to look at it and you have to accept it that they're gone. And you just have to sit in the feelings for a little bit. And, you know, that seems to be a theme for every episode. We talk about sitting in our feelings, but
Yeah.
we like, you can't ruminate on it for too long because there's nothing you can do about them being gone. It's just a matter of life, and it's going to happen to everybody. But I'm not saying that like anybody's less strong because of it, but at least for me, like I handle death with humor. And so I'm like, well, at least they don't have to be in this shithole anymore, you know? Or like,
Yeah,
you know, like when
we
I
all try to
joked,
look at the positive, like they
Right.
ain't in pain no more.
but
you
like
know.
even with like the Holocaust jokes that I would make, like, you know, like,
Bro, we don't gotta go into it.
yeah, like, you know,
We-
like
we don't-
95% of my family was exterminated, but you know what? I still look at it with a bright light. So anyway, Chris, go back to what you were saying.
Yeah. Back to you, Chris.
No, like it's literally.
Bruh.
Yeah.
We could talk off the record about that. I gotta hear that. That's an interesting story right there to me. Because I want to know what you had on for him to make fun of you.
No, okay, because that's not what I was. So the baby was Yupik and Inupiaq. So
That
I wore a cuss buck, and they're over here wearing like fucking. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
okay.
100% did because I have a picture of us there and me wearing a cuss buck.
So he went real.
Yeah, I was judging you
Right.
guys. I'm like, wow, you guys wore a fucking suit to a baby's funeral. That's not cultural appropriate.
Mm. Mm. Hey, Chris, my man. Hey, man, listen. DJ is a serious guy, man. You gotta laugh at it because he gonna say some shit. That's just who he is. And that's why we love him. He just no filter. It's probably from his 80.
Oh, man, if we went out.
Never had a bad night with DJ.
That's why I don't like to drink anymore.
That's good, man. I'm happy, man. Let's all be sober.
Oh man, I'm trying to be. No, being here has been really touching. So many people have been like sharing their sobriety stories and everything, and like a couple of them are funny. They're like, they saw me come back from the casino and they could just see it from a mile away. They're like, "You go to the casino?" I'm like, "How did you smell it on me?" Like the fuck.
They did.
Yeah, she's like, "Why didn't you invite us?" I never even met these women, And then like one guy was telling us, he's like, yeah, before I came, I was sitting in my room and I felt my ancestors, their spirits just come and hit me in the head and tell me to be sober the whole time I'm there. And he said, I've been 8 years sober. And I don't want to wreck anything. And like, I guess being here, it's really tempting to drink. I don't know. He's from Washington State, so it's pretty easy to drink over there too. But it is what it is. Hey, I code switch. I code switch sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah. When he around his black friends, he talk a little different.
Yeah.
Shit, hear him. He sound like he's from Dayton.
Is that a problem?
No, that's something like that all the time.
When I'm with my Arab friends, I sound like I'm in the Middle East too.
You look like you from the Middle East too.
Yeah.
Hey, code switching. I'm tired of code switching, man. It's exhausting. You got to go to work and talk a certain way.
Put on your customer service voice.
Right. Yeah, sure thing, pal. We'll get right on it. Chris, I don't think you have to. He said, I'm not good at that. Well, you code switch around black people? He's like, do you hear the last Eminem album? It was fire. I don't know.
Hey, now I know there's some viewers who might enjoy Eminem, so chill out.
Damn.
So what do you think?
Hey, man.
What do you think
That's
about?
Chris.
You have any good like recommendations for like underground hip hop in Anchorage?
Hey, it was this some Samoan chick. She was pretty fire. What was her name?
I don't know.
Fuck. She was dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the Frozen Founders, yeah.
I like 8th Street too. They do the reggae, but I like 8th Street. They're a cover band. They're pretty fire.
Oh, you know who? So you like L&L or what's the other one?
Hula Hands.
Hula Hands.
Hey man, shout out to Hula Hands. Those my peoples. I go to Hula Hands all the time.
All I'm saying is
I do like L&L better because it's closer to my house.
If I wanted to get a good Spam Masubi, I'm going to the Chevron.
What Chevron?
Any Chevron. All the Chevrons have much better Spam Masubi than all of the... Yeah.
Oh, no. I had some dry-ass Spam Masubi from Chevron.
Well, that's because you got it at... Yeah, you can't... You got to get the one with the egg on it, too.
Man, I tried that one. I wasn't too much of a fan of the one with the egg on it. But, I mean, the teriyaki sauce to rice ratio wasn't there for me. It was a little dry. The rice was a little overcooked,
I know we have some Polynesian listeners, so I don't know, I'm looking at the camera. You listen to it, you don't watch it. Start making us some Spam Masubi so we can have a taste test one day.
Hey, my boy, I wish he was still doing
Even
it.
the Alaskan natives, you guys make some good ones too.
My boy Nemo, I remember him and his wife was making some Spam Masubi at one point. I bought it a few times. Hey, that shit was good. Nemo, if you listening, make some more, please. It was real good. I support local businesses, especially when they cooking out the house. I love it. That's the best food.
Don't try to charge me $20 for an Indian taco though, fried bread taco. No way.
Man, when you come back, I'm gonna have an event. We making Indian tacos. You're more than welcome to come get some. Okay?
Yeah, I'm rolling up at 2:30 though.
You come too, Chris. You could be the comedian.
Chris, do you prefer?
It's a free gig though.
Do you prefer the double muskie or chair 9 better, or was it chair 5?
Chair 5.
Yeah, but if you were in Girdwood and you were about to eat, what would you choose? Yup. Okay, I don't know about world famous. That's like saying Moose's Tooth is world famous.
Wait, let me look up. I don't know if I went to the double muskie. Hold on.
Double muskie has the... Okay, there's restaurants in Dayton that have been on the Food Network that got shut down. That doesn't make them world famous.
Yo, I mean, famous and good is two different things, though.
Yeah, but double muskie is by far... believe, is the best restaurant in Alaska.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you say that?
The peppercorn steak.
Bro, I don't know. This prime rib looks dry. I'm looking at a picture from a year
Okay,
ago.
but you
That
don't
prime-
get the prime rib. You get the steak. It's a 72-ounce steak, and it's pepper. I'm pretty sure it's like 72 ounces or something like that.
That's
It's a huge steak, but it is the best steak I've ever had. Okay, maybe not 70, maybe like 64 ounces, but
okay. They got some lamb chops. Okay, they got some
the mushrooms.
southern
Oh,
fried chicken. They got some knockoff jambalaya on here.
the jambalaya is actually pretty good. And
Listen,
so,
I'll try it, but
but
just because they're from Louisiana.
you can't make reservations. You have to go. They open at 5, and you have to get there at like the perfect time to get a table.
Hmm. I'm gonna try that. I ain't gonna knock it. I'm gonna try it. Okay, I see the French pepper steak. That's the one you talking about.
Yep. And
That was on the Food Network.
if you like wine too, they have a great wine selection.
Okay, this French pepper steak look good. You got that gravy on it. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
au jus.
That's what, and it comes with your
It look
choice
good. I'll
mashed
give it to you.
potatoes and there's some greens if you want that
You
too.
love some mashed potatoes? Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a real thing. The creme brulee is delicious.
Oh, I love.
I feel like it's hard to have a bad creme brulee though. Like I saw somebody post on a food review place that they got creme brulee to go and they said it was the worst thing they ever had. And I'm like, why would you get creme brulee to go? It's literally like yogurt and sugar. Like,
Oh, they got the pepper steak tips.
mm-hmm.
Oh, they got halibut ceviche. I know that's busted.
Look, Darrick's hungry again. Hey, oh, it's next week. Oh no, we got a thing next week. I was gonna say I might go out there, treat myself, go eat at the bar or something, you know?
Let's see what the dessert's looking like.
It's good.
No split checks. Dang.
Yeah, no, they don't like that.
Expensive ass mean you can't split the check. Anyway, I'm gonna try double muskie. I went to Chair 5, and then they got a new owner and they changed the menu. They used to have this good ass spinach artichoke dip, and they changed the menu. The new owner. I haven't had their pizza. I can't remember. I had the spinach artichoke dip. I think I had a burger. I can't remember what I had there the first time, but it was real good.
If you want some good Korean food, is it Korean? I don't know. In Anchorage, VIP in Midtown, real good spot. Have you ever eaten there, Chris? It's pretty good. It kind of looks ghetto, but once you walk in,
That's when you know it's good.
yeah. They got little kids serving you food and everything, and some fish.
Child labor. The food tastes so good.
They grab the fish out of the fish tank and kill it right in front of you.
Where's PETA?
They're protesting the Iditarod.
Hey, what's that? Double Dragon, Twin Dragon?
Twin Dragon over
Twin
there
Dragon.
by Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon by the Black Angus.
Yeah, by the Black Angus.
Man, I don't want to be
Twin
in
Dragon had food violation. I still like it. Bro, they chicken wings be hitting.
I think I get bed bugs when I drive by the Black Angus, so I try to stay away I try to stay as far away as I can from the Black Angus.
The Black Angus, it looked musty. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever been
It's a scab.
inside?
No. Why would I go?
Well, because when I was a case manager, we had to go look for our clients there. So
Shit. No.
What
No.
yeah, we'll cut this out.
You know, it's funny. I remember one time my mother-in-law told me about how they stayed at the Black Angus like way back in the day, before it was what it is now. You know, and it was like, oh man, it used to be when you come to Anchorage, that was the place you would stay at,
It used to be really
and
nice.
it used to have good food apparently.
Yeah, it used to be a steakhouse.
Well, that's why it's called the Black Angus. Now it should be called Black Fungus because that shit look gross. Share the
Man.
whole shit down, put something else there. You know.
Yeah.
Golly.
Well, not something that's like $1,000 a night, like.
No, I mean they
I
can
don't gentrify it, but a
they
Motel
can't
6.
gentrify.
A
How
Motel
are they gonna
6 or something.
gentrify Anchorage? Everything 10, 15 minutes away. Ain't no reason to gentrify here.
Because have you seen the houses that they built in like the downtown Fairview area? Like the ones that they'll tear down and then build like these really nice townhouses that look like a normal gentrified community in like Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
The worse it gets.
Bruh, it is not that bad. Why does that? I don't know. Not to me, at least. I done been in over there. That's just normal crackhead activity, bro. You know.
Yeah, like the dude I saw rolling around earlier today or yesterday.
I think. See, that's why I say like it's just funny because like growing up, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this over in Dayton too, DJ. You know, you go to a corner store, it's always a couple crackheads just chilling outside. So it become a part of the aesthetic. So when I see it over here, I'm just like, oh, okay, I know where I'm at now. Everybody like the Cars Gamble is so bad. Nah, I like Cars Gamble.
Yeah. So they're on the west side of Dayton. The west side's the black side. The east side's the white side. And on the west side, I grew up on the northwest side. And we would go down, what is it? Siebenthaler? Nah, I think it was Gettysburg. But might have been Main Street, actually, or 3rd Street. I don't know. But
I know you in the hood now. Main Street, 3rd Street.
there is always this guy. He died a few years ago, but his name was Virgil. And he'd always be at the corner just dancing, just jiving. And like that's how I knew I was home. And then when he passed away, the world stood still. And then it came out a few weeks later that he wasn't actually homeless or a crackhead. He was just out there busting, like driving for no reason. His wife was like, yeah, no, he had a house. He was just living life.
Damn.
My guy Virgil.
Rest in peace, Virgil.
Yeah, rest in peace. He would wear underwear on his head.
And they say he ain't on crack. I'm not sure I'm convinced,
I bet my mom, she could probably get some information on that because, the lady she is, she could probably get us the autopsy report, everything. So I'm going to look into that.
Chris, what do you feel about them changing the name Denali to Mount McKinley? How does that
how does that feel as a white man? Hey, you said you didn't know any Alaskan natives growing up, so this is a good question.
Good answer. Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hey,
I think he just wants to be like, yo, white men are back, baby.
Yeah.
We back.
Well, did you see I know we haven't really talked much about like the rest of Chris's story in Alaska, but that's okay. Did you see his latest stunt for Elon? He had like the car show outside of the White House.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So he had Elon bring like every model of Tesla because Tesla's stock is like historically bad right now. So Trump brought Teslas to the White House to sell them to conservatives who aren't sold on EVs. And he even said, "Oh, I'm buying one tomorrow morning." He probably didn't buy one, but it's just like, he's just trying to help Elon make money right now. And it's just
Bro, you
ridiculous.
can't do that, bro. It's so crazy. Because I remember they didn't like electric vehicles. Remember his people was like, electric vehicles, stupid.
So there
You know-
are a small minority of conservatives who do enjoy electric vehicles, and I happen to be related to them. I love them. My Uncle Mark and Aunt Chris, if you're listening, love you guys. You're the 2% of Republicans that I enjoy. I do have to get to bed. It is 12:30 and I gotta wake up in a few hours.
Look, we got to stop when the white man say stop.
yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, but there's always the Germans. Okay, but I'm still a minority.
He's an indigenous white man, though. You got to get your facts straight, okay?
Yeah. You know
he's
what?
Jewish, so therefore he's indigenous.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
With extra mayonnaise.
Shout out to...
Hey, Sweet Caribou do got some good salads.
Shout out to Sweet Caribou and the Alaska gourmet sub shop. They do make some good chicken parm subs that I enjoy. But most importantly, shout out to Chipotle. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to eat this week. And Jimmy John's. But that's not an endorsement. But
sounds like it.
No, one of my coworkers was like, "Yeah, I had Chipotle for the first time yesterday, and I'm going back today." I'm like, "Really?" Because I've had it 3 days in a row.
And shout out to Fire Island. Fire Island, man. I go over there, I get me a scone. Best scones in town. Hands down.
Hey, give me some challah. Give me some challah the next time you're there.
Listen, the chocolate chip cookies are the best too. $2, you can't beat it.
I need to
get you some what?
Some challah.
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 How? Why you giving any secrets away, Chris?
I used to work there.
Oh, you did?
I don't know.
You look like you would work there, though. Like, you look like one of the people that would be over there making some bread. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Have you been served yet? Let me check you out over here. Love it. Everybody's cross-trained. It's so nice. You got the plant place, that feel-good company. They need more sugar-free flavors, syrups for their coffee. Yeah. Isn't cold short for company? Okay, whatever.
That feeling code?
I like it.
What is that? So...
Whatever,
low-key,
dude. That's rich coming from you.
Low-key, Biscuit Club is overrated.
The what?
Biscuit Club?
What's that?
It's this biscuit place in the yellow building downtown. And they make like biscuits and gravy. Like,
let me look at this.
when I used to work with Chris Covey, one of our coworkers would get it every single day. And it's just overrated.
The Benny.
Like the first time I tried,
have a cool name for that menu.
Yeah, and very hipsterish too.
I can tell by the way they named it.
And 907 bagel. I love a good bagel. It's decent bagels, but if you order a smoothie, they give you one of the little naked smoothies in a bottle. They don't even give you they don't even actually make a smoothie. What kind of crap is that? They're charging $8 for a smoothie and you get a fucking bottle. Oh, that's another thing about this conference. I paid $17. $17 fucking dollars for 2 Red Bulls.
That's your dumbass fault. What the fuck?
At the Hilton. You know what?
Yeah, I mean...
I felt like I was. Why was it cheaper for me to get 4 items? I got 2 Red Bulls, a breakfast sandwich, and an apple juice for $24. There are no corner stores. The closest corner store is Target.
Oh, we can't shop there. We don't shop at Target anymore.
They took out DEI.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
I saw a lot of DEI folks at the Target there, and they sure were anti-DEI. But
What do you mean when you say DEI? Bro,
No,
wow.
speaking of DIE, all right. So yesterday was technically the first day of the conference, and the keynote speaker, she was sitting there telling us about activities at night, and she said, "Hey, if you guys are interested, you can go over to George Floyd Square, and enjoy some ribs." And I'm like, what is the context of this?
You know, that reminds me of somebody I know. They gonna hate me for saying this, but I'll never forget. We're planning a Juneteenth event, and she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna play basketball." And I was
Play
like,
basketball
"Wow,
on Juneteenth,
basketball on Juneteenth? Yeah, we're just gonna shoot some hoops,
and we're being catered by Popeyes with some biscuits and some grape juice."
bro." They said, "Yeah, go down to George Floyd Square and enjoy some ribs." Yeah. It
I mean, the underlying message of those movies kind of show what
right.
it is like to be black in America, but
Wait, was she white or was she a black woman?
very white. I know
So she
exactly who
don't
she's talking
she
about.
see that's why she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She didn't know. I think it's funny you picked Friday and Coming to America because they both are funny ass movies. And you know, bro, that's what they want. They want you to pick 12 Years a Slave. That's what
I
they
was
want.
thinking
You gotta
12 Years a
show them
Slave. What is it? Hidden Numbers or Hidden Figures?
Hidden Figures. Damn, Hidden Figures is a good one. That radicalized me, you know.
Although, what's that one? The Klansman one. I would.
Hidden
What's that one with?
The Black Klansman.
Yeah, the Black Klansman. That was a good one. That was a good one. I would
Nah,
watch.
bro.
I would do that. I would do. I would do a double feature of
Yeah.
that and Django Unchained.
Bro, they don't want me picking it. I'll pick shit like I'll pick shit like Rosewood. I'll make them feel so bad. They're like, wow, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's real. Emmett Till. Yeah, I'll show that. Well, that is me. But I think understanding black culture, you gotta watch Friday. That's a staple in black culture. Coming to America, like you pick two staples in black culture that you know, that and Bebe's Kids. There's like so many movies that you got to watch. Soul Food. You know, I can name a plethora of movies like
And, I think
Paid
it's
in Full.
interesting.
Yes.
I think it's interesting that she made a big deal out of it. I mean, I know exactly who you're talking about, and she's very out of touch with reality and like black culture, Alaskan Native culture, and pretty much every culture that isn't white culture. And like, I don't know, for our viewers, the Alaskan Natives align themselves with black culture very much. And so
Because we indigenous. You feel me?
yeah, they're the original Israelites. But
Yeah. Shout out, yes. Bristol Bay. Shout out to the
Bristol
Bay.
Bay proud. Hey, that's a cool sticker. Let me get one of those. But
I got some more. I got you.
they align themselves with black culture and they adopt it. And at times, especially when I worked in the youth homeless shelter, I would have to redirect youth for saying the N-word all the time, because they aren't black. They shouldn't be saying that. But they're like, but we're indigenous. We grew up the same way black folk did. And I'm like, okay, but like, you're still not black.
It ain't, yeah, you can't say it. And I've had to correct many Native people from saying the N-word. Like, no, it's a no for me, dog. Like, you cool, but you ain't that cool, you know? So I'm proud of you, DJ, for correcting them. You know, you're tapped into your black side. Good job, man. Hey, you know what, Chris? He's one of the good ones.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It is shit. It's almost 1 a.m. I am going to call it a night. So this has been another episode of the Lower 48ers, seeing the Northern perspective. Tune in next week when the three of us sit down with our good friend, Roy Paratovich.
Yes, sir.
And
He's a city native.
He's a city native who. Oh yeah, we decided
we adopted you.
we decided you're gonna become the third host of our podcast. Well,
We're looking for a female co-host too. We need a woman's perspective on here, you know.
yeah. So after
To
next
put
week,
us in check.
we could sit down with your friend Chris and
Oh yeah,
talk some numbers.
yeah. Bring that 50-year-old on here.
Again, this has been a lovely episode. See you from Minneapolis. I'll be back in Anchorage soon. So have a good night.